recording and then we'll go to the presentation and then just from the current slide. Now I need to restart it. Just so you can see it full screen. And now there is another set of pictures and the names of jobs here on the slide. And you can see here just the district nurse, and as you can judge from the name of the job, her responsibilities include just taking care of people just in the district, like vaccination, just visiting some disabled people, just helping them, and all kind of things. So then there is the practice manager, picture F. So this is actually sometimes is not a doctor. This is the person who helps to organize the so their practice, medical practice in a hospital. And practice nurse also, this is picture G, and this is the person who assists general practitioners, takes care of children, and does some kind of other procedures. And I would like you to look at this slide, and here we need to use the names of the job titles of the people in the sentences. So the job titles which are presented here on these slides, like receptionist, health visitor, general practitioner, midwife, district nurse, practice manager, and practice nurse. So let us read the first sentence and try to guess for the job. Isar, are you here?
Yes.
So read it, please.
A practice is run by practitioner, general practitioner.
So run, it means is organized by. So
yes.
Who is the person who helps to organize all the process? It's not general practitioner. It's
surgery.
I mean, if you have a look at this slide.
Yes.
So this is the practice manager. So the practice is run by a practice manager. Yes. So please, Abu Ali.
Yes, doctor. About the second sentence,
Right.
Work with individuals, families, groups like the elderly and the newborn baby in community. I think midwife.
Midwife works with the newborn babies, you are right, but not with elderly people. So
Health visitor.
Health visitors, you are right. The people who visit so patients in their homes. Okay, then Noha, please. Noha, will you speak louder, please?
Need very good interpersonal skills because they are the first contact people with the have with the practice. It's the practice nurse.
This is they are the first contact people. If you come to a hospital, the first people you talk to are the representatives of this job. So they get the information from you and they just register you with the doctor. What is the name of the job? Who can help us? So
The midwife.
this is
Receptionist.
receptionist. Yes, of course. This is receptionist, right? Mhm. Okay, the next, let us listen to Rufaida, please.
97% of the UK population is registered with a
Mhm. So this is just the main profession, the main job.
general practitioner.
Exactly. Okay, Tariq, please.
Yes, the duties of include traditional nursing skills and running specialist clinics for immunization, diabetes, and so on. District nurse.
Exactly. Good. The next is for Emma. Emma, hello. Is Emma here?
Yes, Doctor. Yes,
Mhm.
I'm here. My phone was lagging, so I couldn't hear the question. What question should I answer?
Sentence number 6, please.
An important link between hospital, GPs, and other health professionals involved in attentional health care is, I think, it's a health visitor, I think.
You should look at the phrase professionals involved in antenatal care. Antenatal care. So it means with the newborn children.
Newborn children, it's midwife.
Midwife, exactly. And now Yasmin.
Number 7, visit those who are housebound or those recently discharged from hospital and or response. I think she is a district nurse.
Mhm. Okay, district nurse. District nurse. Good. Well, and well, now I would like you to have a look at this slide here. We are going to listen to a GP, general practitioner, and so she is talking about her work in an inner city area, and there are some statements on this slide, and look through the statements, please, and so we should listen and decide whether these statements about her work are true or false. The first statement is about the place where she works. Is it in London? The second is about the influence of high crime rates on people. Number 3 is about how heavy the workload is. Number 4 about moving patients from one GP practice to another, and number 5 about receiving extra payment for working in deprived areas. Now we are going to listen to this person, and please make notes if you just while listening, and just then we'll discuss the statements. Now I'm going to turn it on and you'll tell me if you can hear. Well, just now.
Listening 1.
Can you hear?
Yes, Doctor.
Listening 1.
My name is Dr. Chowdhury, and I am a GP working in an inner city area in London, just on the edge of the East End. I started work as a GP in this area over 20 years ago. In recent years, many developments, both technological and social, have occurred, affecting the practice enormously. I enjoyed my work here a lot at the beginning, and I still do now. But there are many problems in an area like this, which you would not find in rural communities in this country or in my home country, India. The crime rates are high, which affects the morale of the patients we serve and ultimately the morale of the GP practice. The workload is heavier than in most rural districts, which sometimes puts potential GPs off moving into the area. However, I have always found the job very rewarding. Another feature of an inner-city GP practice is that patients move around a lot. As regards compensation for working in deprived areas in the inner city, sometimes GPs receive extra payment.
Mhm. So do we need to listen for the second time?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, now.
Listening 1.
My name is Dr. Chowdhury, and I am a GP working in an inner-city area in London, just on the edge of the East End. I started work as a GP in this area over 20 years ago. In recent years, many developments, both technological and social, have occurred, affecting the practice enormously. I enjoyed my work here a lot at the beginning, and I still do now. But there are many problems in an area like this, which you would not find in rural communities in this country or in my home country, India. The crime rates are high, which affects the morale of the patients we serve and ultimately the morale of the GP practice. The workload is heavier than in most rural districts, which sometimes puts potential GPs off moving into the area. However, I have always found the job very rewarding. Another feature of an inner-city GP practice is that patients move around a lot. As regards compensation for working in deprived areas in the inner city, sometimes GPs receive extra payment.
Yes, Emma. So what about the first statement here?
The first statement is true. The GP works in the center of London, true. And the high crime rates do not affect the people working at the GP practice. It's false. And
Yes,
the workload.
just a minute. How does the high crime rate just affect the people and GPs?
Whenever the high crime rates, like there is a murder, like there's someone hit someone with a knife or something, so this patient will come to a doctor, and so it affects a lot.
So, and she says that it affects the moral of people and the moral of GP practitioners. Okay, that will do for you. And let us listen to Hussam. Is Hussam here? Hussam. Al-Sayed Amin Hussam Ahmad. No, he's absent. Yasmin, can you comment on statement 3, please?
Yes, the workload is lighter than in rural areas. Yes, it's right. Because
No, it's
in
Is it
false.
lighter or heavier? What does she say?
Heavier.
Heavier, of course. So she says it's heavier than in rural areas. That is why this statement is false. Okay, and okay, and Tariq, please. So the next statement, please.
Yes, patients move from one GP practice to another. True, yes.
And Amar, right?
Number 4.
Number 5.
It's true. Number 5. Number 5 is false.
Yes. So the statement says that GPs do not receive extra payment, but she says that sometimes they get some money for working in deprived areas. Okay, so this is the way GP describes her practice, and let us just focus on the following information. let us focus on the use of the grammar forms in her conversation. I would like you to revise what we know about the present perfect and the past simple tense. Last class, when we were speaking about the use of the present perfect tense, we just mentioned that this tense shows the action which started in the past, and that is why sometimes it's not easy to differentiate between the present perfect and the past simple tense, because to describe the past events, so logically we should use the past simple tense. So this slide just about the use of the present perfect for actions which happen in the past, and we should use this when the exact time is not known or not defined. So we use the present perfect to show the action that has some result in the present, but we do not know when it happened, and there is no information. The focus is only on the result, not when the action started. On the contrary, we use the past simple tense for specific times in the past, and the exact time is known, is defined, but sometimes the time is not mentioned, but we understand from the context that it is connected with some specific time. Like here on this diagram, the time is defined with the help of such phrases as last year, 2 days ago, yesterday, and similar phrases that just shows us the exact time when the action happened. So here we should use the past simple tense. And so there is information here. When you take a history as a doctor, pay attention to the patient's use of the past simple and the present perfect tense. Let us look at this statement from the listening. So she says, in recent years, many developments, both technological and social, have occurred. So she uses the present perfect tense because so she doesn't say when these changes happened, doesn't say the exact year, just in recent years. So her focus is on the fact that we have some changes in life compared to the previous years. So the focus on the result. And so the time of occurrence of each event is not specific. And another example, she says, I started work as a GP in this area over 20 years ago. So here we use, she uses the past simple tense because the time is specific. The time is given 20 years ago. This is the exact point when the action started. Well, that is why we use the past simple tense. Now look at the relationship in a case history between the present perfect and the past simple. So there is a conversation between doctor and patient. Doctor says, have you ever had a headache like this before? He asks the information about the experience in the patient's life. That is why the doctor uses the present perfect. And the patient answers, yes, I had a similar headache 3 months ago. So the patient uses the past simple tense because the patient gives the details, the details about the case, and the patient uses the exact time 3 months ago. So that is why it's better to use the past simple tense. This is the main difference in the use of the present perfect and past simple. And one more thing. So there is a marker of present perfect tense. I mean, if we see these words like preposition for or since in a sentence, we should use the perfect tense. There is a difference in the use of for and since. For is used with a time period, 4 plus time period, and it shows how long a situation lasted. Like in the example, he has had a headache for 5 days. So for 5 days, the headache continued. So, and since is used with specific point in time, not period, but point in time. And it shows when a situation started. In the example, I have been like this since Christmas Day. It means the condition that I have now started at Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Well, this is the difference in the use of these words, but judging by the home assignment that you've done, I see that you understand when they should be used. Now, let us use the words to make sentences in the, so the verbs should be used in the present perfect or the past simple tense. So if we have a look at the set of words in the first group, so we can see the verbs like start, be, wake up. So we should use them in the present perfect past simple, and we can just add some extra words. So let us ask Abdelrahman to make up a sentence with these words. Abdelrahman?
I'm here.
Okay.
So the first sentence.
So which form should we use the verb start? Is it past simple or present perfect?
I think it's a past simple.
Exactly. Use it.
The coughing started 5 days ago. And it is so bad.
Be, the verb be. Which form should we use the verb be? The verb to be.
Became.
No, be. Is it they were so bad? They were so bad, or they have been so bad? Which version is better?
Been.
They have been so bad that
it woke me up every night.
It's not they, it's it. It has been so bad that it woke me up every night. Okay. So good. Now, Amar, please. The second line is for you. Amar.
Number 2.
Right.
It's gonna be, when did that tax first come on?
Exactly. Okay, the next is for Anurin. Anurin.
Anything make it worse since started? Has anything made it worse since it started?
Exactly. Well done. Well, Isar, please.
Yes, he never take any medication in his life. He has never taken any medication in his life.
Exactly, because it never shows that present perfect should be used. Abu Ali.
Yes, doctor. Number 5. What happened when you be near animals as a child? It will be what happened when you were near animals as a child.
So both verbs like happen and to be
Yeah, past
using the past
simple.
simple. Okay, Noha, please.
Okay, my father died over 20 years ago, and it will be the my father has died over 20 years ago.
Look, we know the exact time, 20 years ago. When the time is given, it's better to use the past simple
My
tense.
father did over 20 years ago.
Yes, died.
Past simple.
Okay, right. Rufaida, please.
You get these problems every day when you live in Africa. Do you get these problems every day while living in Africa?
It should be present perfect or past simple.
Past simple.
So use it. And this is the question. This is the general question. It should start with an auxiliary verb. Which one?
Do.
Do is present. In the past simple, the auxiliary verb is did.
Yes.
So what is the sentence? Rufaida, read the sentence, please.
You get these problems every day when you live in Africa.
So did you get, right? When you lived. Did you? Okay. So Tarek, please.
Yes, 8. It will be, have you ever had coughing attacks like this before?
Exactly. And Emma.
Has anyone in your family had an illness like this far as you are aware?
You suggest to use the present perfect. So it can be anyone in your family, or if we speak about the family as a whole, we can say, have your family ever had? So actually the sentences are given here. This is the answer key. So you can see that in the first coughing started 5 days ago because time is given. But the other verbs should be in the present perfect. Has been so bad that it has woken me up. So we were right about number 2. Number 3, 4 has never taken. What happened? Yes, 5 is also the same, and 6 and yes, we were right about the other sentences. Okay, so this is the way the present perfect and the past simple should be used. And now let us focus on the home assignment. So next class, we will start the class with listening to Tariq, Hussam, and Mohammed Ali about just listening to their presentations. And well, on the Moodle site, you can find the individual task for the next class. So first you can find the presentation, this presentation, and then there is a folder with grammar assignment, present perfect and past simple. There are exercises. So you should complete the exercises, and the deadline is as we normally do, this is Friday night, the end of the day. So is everything clear?
Yes, doctor.
Well, do you have any questions?